Yeah. Cadence through the ceiling, it's the vibe you give and running.
Hey everybody, what's going down? It's your girl Jay Renee. You know I always got something to say. Oh my gosh! Today we got a special guest. I know y'all been hearing it all over TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, shoot, Facebook, because I seen y'all grannies try to do the dance too. Y'all give it up for the creator for Rodeo with Big J.
What's the
Bruh,
deal?
like you give it up for Lil. Oh,
Yeah, what's the deal? What's the deal?
dude, how does it feel to have your songs just keep climbing and climbing the charts, man?
It's a blessing, honestly. Like it's a dream come true, really. You know what I mean? It's everything, everything.
Now tell me, how did the record? First off, how did you clear that record? Because so many people didn't try it, and so many people didn't fell off that record. But you,
I
my
I
boy,
think it was more so of the record. They was kind of like, okay, we can work with this. Like give them a reason to want to clear it. You know what I mean? Go in business proposal. You know, money talk, and then they heard the record and they liked it. They actually loved it, so it wasn't that big of a hassle.
now you did the original, then you did the remix with Big Jade, and
No,
then
I did the original with Big J and the remix with Flo Milli.
okay, you did the original with Big Jade, and then how did that dude Big Jade?
That's my dog.
Oh man, we
That's
got to
my
get
dog.
into this. How you got to tell me this story? You got to tell me.
Um, I had made the record and I had like some open space on the song, and it was like well, who you get on it? And at first, we was talking about like male rappers. I'm like, man, if we get like a female from like around the city, that'd be dope. So me, I like Jay hard in the bitch. So well, let me hit Jade up. We hit her manager up. She came in, knocked that motherfucker out. Like, that was like fire though. Like that's my dog. Very powerful.
And for those that don't know, you from the city.
I'm from New Orleans for sure.
Oh, you from New Orleans?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were from Houston.
Because I
Maybe.
am. I'm from Houston too. I'm from Acres Home. Big foes in the
Oh,
building.
he from that north. That
Yeah, I'm out
north.
the north for sure.
Oh, see,
I'm
I'm
for
from
sure.
I'm from
But
Southwest. So, but we
nah,
close. We
I
close.
was originally born in New Orleans, but I came out here like 12 years ago, and Northside adopted me. You know what I mean? They called me family, so I definitely put on for the H. So I'm definitely from home. I'm from the city,
I mean, and it's
but I'm also from the
incredible.
city.
It's incredible how you've been able to blend those two together. Because now you say, you're from New Orleans as well. You can definitely hear it. You know,
Yeah,
like in the record, but it's not like, oh, I can hear this definite or I can hear that. It's like a perfect blend. So,
facts.
how have you been able to do that with a lot of your other records in this industry?
I'm very like mutual, like I'm very cultural musically. You know what I mean? Any genre, you know what I mean, any area. Like I really like catch the vibes. So me being from New Orleans and growing up with that cultural music and living in Houston for that long of a time, it goes in the gumbo pot with me. You know what I mean? I mix it all up. You know what I mean? I like New York rap too. So you know what I mean? It's like all in there some kind of way.
We gonna get into about this dance. How did y'all come up with the dance? Cause man, I try. I ain't gonna lie, I tried, but Zay Renee ain't got the knees like she used to. Okay, after Pop Lock and
Facts.
Drop It, that's when it just started going down for me.
Honestly, it was the content creators on TikTok. They picked up the dance and created a dance, and it just went crazy. And then we backed on, we dropped the remix, and some new creators grabbed that song and made a dance, and it went crazy. Like the dance. I guess every dance that was created fit the song perfectly, and it was just peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? It was perfect.
Half of time, I was like, okay, wait, hold up, five,
You
six. I
gotta
gotta
you
do a
gotta
five,
learn
six,
it. You
seven,
gotta.
eight. No, because when
The
they hit
first
that
one more
turn
harder than the second one. The second one looks kind of easy.
to you, because
I,
I
c- I
after
only
that
I
after
only
that
can
turn,
do.
I'll be like, wait. Oh my gosh, what happened? What
Well, I
happened? I'll
don't
be
do the second one at all. I don't got that one down at all. But it just looked like a few steps. The first one had like real instructions. It was a little complicated,
how does it
but it
feel?
was perfect.
How does it feel to have a worldwide known song?
Um,
You could go to Japan, you can go to like a place that you can go to Sedan. It don't matter. People hear that.
They already know what it is. And at first
Exactly.
it used to be kind of like hard to decipher from the genuine, but now it's like we know that rodeo. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing, honestly. Like it's everything I needed. You know what I mean? But it's like now it's a lot of pressure also because now like give me what you got next. You
Yeah,
know
we
what I mean?
want like now we looking for a project or a mixtape or something because I'm
And
just
that's
like,
coming. That's coming.
let's get
That's
into
coming.
it. Let's get into it. What if okay, are you actively working on the project or is this a scheduled project maybe later on next year or
Oh no. I'm currently working on it right now. You know, everything's a process. You know, I don't want to just like record a bunch of songs and say, hey, I got a tape. You know what I mean? I want to make sure it's good. I want to make sure like, you know, it gets that same reaction that Rodeo did. And I might not need that same reaction, but to that standard. You know what I mean? I don't want to just start just putting out songs. Y'all be like, all right, so you hit us with this great shit. You just start like just dispersing all type of now I want to make sure y'all
yeah,
enjoy this road just as much as I'm enjoying it. You know what
enjoying the rodeo?
I mean? Thanks.
How did you get in touch with Flo Milli?
Um, that's big dog calls.
Oh, understood. Like you sent her the record and then she sent it back to you already done.
Demolished. Like she did a thug. She did a thug. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Flo Milli. She did a thug for sure.
On your upcoming project, is there any big names that we know of that's on there as well, or we still sticking with Houston artists? Like who you got on it?
Honestly, I haven't even reached out a feature yet for the project. Not saying I'm not gonna have none. I've been solely working on at least getting a song. And you know, I got open verse songs that, you know, gonna get some names on, but I don't have an answer for that yet. Not as of yet.
How did you break into this industry? Like when was it that you decided that this lane, the musician producing lane, was going to be your bread and butter?
When I got home from jail, from prison, it was kind of like, all right, I've been getting like some great responses, like while I'm locked up. You know what I mean? On pursuing this, and I'm like, I didn't pursue all type of negativity, so let me give a shot at this. And it was just that first performance, and it was kind of like, okay, I can get used to this. This feel more me, like you know what I mean? Nigga done did a lot of stuff growing up, and every time we do stuff that we ain't supposed to be doing, it feels like that. You know what I mean? This always felt great. It never felt like this was. It never felt like I'm not supposed to be doing this. You know what I mean? So it's
What
definitely.
like you got to tell me when you have a crowd that knows your song word for word, bar for bar. Like you can literally just stand out there and just hold the mic like that.
I got a video like that. I might repost that on the ground.
Yeah, you got to. You got matter of fact,
Yeah.
you should send that to me and we can put that in here some type of way or put it in the
All right.
snippet for the
Yeah.
interview.
I got one where I put the mic, and that was kind of like my moment. Like that one video was definitely like, oh my shit, like damn, they singing there like a choir. It sound like church in this bitch, like you know what I mean. So
Like and the hook, you can cut the record and they'll make the whole beat too.
yeah, like I'm gonna have to send that to you for real.
Were you nervous at first
I'm
or
nervous every time.
every time?
Every time they like, you know, you next bubble guts, like oh shit. You know what I mean?
Be like
Like
bleep.
number one song on TikTok, and yeah, and it's just like, damn, all right,
I mean, but you know how they're going to react to it because this is literally everyone's favorite song.
right. But just me, just I think a lot of artists deal with certain insecurities. I'm still learning how to adapt to the lifestyle. It's kind of like still new for me, so I'm still humble with it. So it's kind of like, dang, I don't want to trip and fall. Like I don't dance, so I still want to give them a great performance. No, and I don't really have like a full performance, but it's like I want to get them a good show. I want to get them something to see. Like I want them to make sure my voice good. All right, make sure I don't get cracked. I hope they mic work good. Like I start overthinking real fast.
No, you can't overthink in situations like that. You gonna want to be stuck in your head, and somebody gonna be like, "Hey, man, you in the middle of the stage."
Yeah, I be living in that motherfucker.
Growing up, did you ever see this for yourself?
Honestly, yes, in a way. Like growing up, I never like. I'm not gonna say I didn't see it. It's just I didn't fully see it. Like I grew up in a musically inclined house. Like we grew up in the church. My uncle did music. Both my uncles did music. My aunt sung. You know what I mean? Of course, I want to follow the footsteps, but that teenage years, all that shit go to a blur. I was outside. You know what I mean? But once I sat down, while I was locked up, I did a lot of years. So once I sat down, I just, that's the dreams I was having, and that's what I wanted. Like, and at that point, I'm like, well, I'm gonna give it my all. I started reading books about the industry, reading artists' biographies, like you know what I mean, just really like studying what it's like in there, or what it's gonna take. You know what I mean? And people think like you woke up and rodeo was blew up. Yeah, I've been in Houston music for 5 years. I made top 20 back in 2018 on the Go DJ Award. Like, you know what I mean? So it's been a process, you know what I mean? Now I'm like more widely known, but this wasn't overnight at all. It took a lot of money, time, stress, no's. That's the biggest. Like I got a lot of no's. Bring me a record. I brought a record. You know what I mean? I ain't give up.
I wanted to dive into the importance of knowing the industry before, prior to someone diving head first into it. Because if you just dive into the ocean, you don't know what's in there. You can get lost real quick.
Thanks.
But you're able to navigate specifically where you want to go with your music and your sound. So can you get into the importance of knowing all of that?
Me, it was just like I read whatever artist had a biography. I even read Jay-Z book. Like, it's just people be like, well, their story might not be yours. Nah, but it's important to know their story. You know what I mean? Because in their stories, they tell you like some red flags that they seen. So when you see that same red flag, you're like, oh, that's what that is that what talk about. Like, you know what I mean? It helps you, like it gives you a guide. Of course, like the game changes, but just being knowledgeable about especially like financial situations. You know what I mean? Knowing how to keep your order and your team aboard with everything, and how important it is to know the necessities you need to be there. Like all of it's important. Like it ain't just about going and make a song. Like I thought it was. Like if I got a fire record, it's up. But I got a fire record and didn't have a lot of my things in order, so I had to go back and you know what I mean. But if you come with it all in order, it'd be fire. Like, but so that's why it's important to know those things for sure.
Also, the people, it's all about the company you keep as well. That's
Facts.
another thing I try to stress to the artists because those same people you may start with may not be the same people you eat with.
And the people I started with, you keep some of them. The ones that's still there after I say about 6 months, that's who's supposed to be there. But everybody know my story. I started off with a whole group and not just be a few of us. But it's all right. You know what I mean? God needs to get that, situated for us.
So you got to tell me, will you just be releasing singles leading up to the project, or is it just going to be boom? We got a whole project right here in front of us.
Nah, I don't want to do that. I want to at least give y'all my next two singles, like, but like it's definitely warming a project. Like it's not gonna be like, oh, we got another single for a whole nother year. Oh, then he dropped another single for a whole nother year. Then a project 3 years later. Nah. We're gonna go crazy. We're gonna go crazy. Sure, for sure.
How would you describe your sound? Like I know we touched on geographically, the sound, the mesh between New Orleans and Houston, but how would you describe your sound?
I describe it like new age swing music. I call it a gumbo pot. It's a mixture of all type of different sounds together. Like it's you're on some songs I be speaking French. You know what I mean? So you just
Hold on, Mr. Creole. What?
yeah, like some songs I like I like to dib and dab with culture all the time. Like people will be like, you trying to sample? Not sample, just show that I appreciate these type of sounds, and I want people today to hear those type of sounds. And you might feel like for example, like rodeo, they're like, yeah, stop touching the greatest. Well, guess what? The young kids didn't even know that song. They didn't even know Pony.
That's true. That
You
that
know
is
what I mean?
true.
But now I bet you we talk about Lil Pat sample Genuine Pony, so I had to hit Pat song. Now I want to hit an OG song to see what made Pat love it so much to what he want. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Not so much of stealing. Like I grew up in the '90s, like you know what I mean. So I love music. I grew up in the R&B era, so it's not. I'm not stealing at all. I'm appreciating. I'm saying thank you for this, and I feel like my present day time people should hear it, and maybe they won't listen to it your way. So let me kind of like bring them up to date with it. So let's collab. Let's do. You know what I mean? I'll be on that type of time. You don't be on no stealing stuff.
Who would you like to work with in the future regarding future projects? And I mean, well, future singles that end up being a part of the project.
Chris Brown.
Chris Breezy,
Facts.
just Chris Breezy, or like a rapper, or
Oh yeah, rapper. Definitely like Lil Baby, Wayne for sure. I would love to do something Wayne.
oh, he was just in town too.
Facts.
He
He
was,
coming back.
yeah, he is. He is. Everybody love coming to Houston.
Facts.
So before we leave, I want you to tell everybody, how is this project different for Lil Pat now versus Lil Pat in 2018 when you were, because you say you've been in the business for a minute. How is this project different, right? And then
Um.
afterwards, I want you to give us all your socials. I mean, social medias, not just
Yeah.
not just Social Security number.
I don't want to get my social security number. They gonna be me in a minute. They gonna be Lil Pat. Have a bunch of
Walk
little
out on stage,
everything.
somebody be like, "Oh, that's not
Yeah.
the video."
I got an ID that say I'm him. Now, this project is definitely like my statement. Like, my project. When I put out a project in 2018, it was like a little mixtape. It was kind of more so of like an introduction, kind of like, hey, I could do a little few things. This one like is a definite statement. It's more so of, hey, this is who I am and I'm here to stay. Like for sure. Like get used to me. Hey y'all. You know what I mean? Like, for real. That's definitely what it is to be. And I hope it perceives that message to everyone else. Like, oh yeah, he here to stay. For sure.
I love it. I love it. Like already, greatness is ahead of you, man. You got it. You got
Thank
it.
you.
You got it for
Thank
real.
you.
Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. If they want to collaborate with you, how can they get in touch with you as well?
So the best thing is I'm Lil Pat on all socials. You type in Lil Pat is me. I usually have like the same picture on all my socials, so yeah, this is page kind of thing. But tap in with me on the gram _LAHPAT. In my bio, I got my manager's info. You can get with them on booking, on features, on anything. If you just want to chop it up and get to know me, just hit my DM. I'm a pretty social guy. Don't come in my DM on no weird stuff, but for real, nah. But if you do got business inquiries, I talk. You know what I mean? I talk back. I ain't no bougie nigga.
I mean, because you
I'm a little
humble.
bougie, but not that bougie.
I'm Bougetto. Okay,
Bougetto.
I'm
Okay, yeah,
Bougetto.
like I'm Bougetto. I'm cool as a cellophane though, for real.
Oh, that's smooth. Oh, I said you got an old soul. 'Cause only old school people like that.
Man, for real. Some people be calling me corny.
Hey, I'm cool like the other side of the pillow. You get that? You feel me?
Facts. That would be cool.
Thank you so much for coming on the Talk With Me podcast. And before we leave, can we get one good shout out for the Talk With Me podcast with your girl, Jay Renee?
I want to shout out to my girl, Jay Renee, and the Talk With Me podcast for having me personally on here. I don't care about who was on here. I was on this one. You know what I mean? So shout out to them and it's love. We locked in for life. You hear me?
Thank you so much. And y'all, please be back next week. Only on the Talk With Me podcast. We got that exclusive interviews. So everybody, please be sure to like, share, subscribe to Lil Pat's YouTube. Go on his social medias. Y'all, please don't be on no weird stuff because don't say Jay Renee let me talk. Nah.
Yeah, Jay Renee said you sang that rodeo song and she
said that you would answer. Like, oh wow, look what y'all
Man,
did.
they definitely be trying to hold me up to what I be saying, so I gotta start watching what I say.
That's okay, because we stay true to our word. That's what we do.
Facts.
Because we
Facts.
raised old school. When you raise old school, you ain't got nothing but your word at the end of the day.
Facts.
So thank you so much, and you
Thank
have
you.
a blessed day, bro.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Jay Renee. You know I've got something to say. Bringing you new episodes and new guests on your Talk With Me podcast exclusively on YouTube. Like, share, and of course subscribe. And follow us on IG too. All right, y'all. Bye.